Committee is trying to do a number on the Miami Hurricanes, and I ain't going to go down without a fight.
Into Attorney Studios.
The man, your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. It is a hump day, a Wednesday here on Theoretically Speaking. And more specifically, it is November 5th, 2025, which means yesterday was November 4th, which means it was our first CFB 12-team playoff selection committee announcement of the top 25 in college football. If you've been listening to this programming here, you know that I am a diehard Miami Hurricanes football fan. And last night was one of those times where I died a little bit inside. I died a little bit. To go along with the two losses that the Canes have suffered, which are inherently all their fault. You could blame the refs. You could blame situations. You could blame Carson Beck. At the end of the day, you got to win those football games, especially when you're playing against ACC opponents in a land that is familiar to Miami because it happened last year as well, but we suffer the same fate. The Canes 6-2, and the Canes left it in the hands of the committee, and the foreshadowing that the committee showed us last night on ESPN, if you were watching when things led off at 8 o'clock, is that they are I would say not preparing, but they are anticipating either Miami to lose one of its next 4 games and eliminate itself, or for the Canes to win out, and they are already gearing you up for them to be on the outside looking in when 12 teams face off for the ultimate prize in college football. We'll get to some of that and more. Of course, we're a day now removed from the NFL trade deadline, so I'll be giving later on in the show my top 5 takeaways from the trade deadline. Some contenders making swings, some bottom dwellers going all out on the tank job. I honestly like both, and we'll get to which ones I like more than the other. And some of the teams that I think that should have been active that did not pull the trigger, I will point my critical finger at them. And, of course, you got the Miami Heat playing tonight, back in action on their West Coast trip as they wrap things up at the Denver Nuggets. Evan Cohen going to join us at 2:30. Coverage of Heat versus Nuggets tonight here on ESPN 106.3 at 8:30. And, as always, you can catch All You Can Heat with Theo Dorsey, presented by Robin Hood, on ESPN South Florida's YouTube page, as well as the ESPN South Florida app. Make sure you download it. Make sure you stay tapped in, because I do think that is the most promising team in South Florida right now. It's the Heat and the Panthers, because the Hurricanes have once again shot themselves in the foot. On the other side of the glass is not C-Cat, who's on his big-time vacation, his excursion to Turkey, but it is Cade Chumsland in for the Catman. And Cade, you seem to be one of the people today that feel like the selection committee got it all right.
Yeah, I do. I took a quick glance at it, and I was like, yep. All makes sense. No problems.
I will. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see the CFB top 25 and the 12 top teams that are in it. I'll give a quick run through for people who do not have a heads up on what happened last night. Do we have any college football music we can play to set the scene? Most of my stuff here is NFL. If we could find some college football to set the scene here as we go through what the 12-team playoff committee came together with, as the chancellors and presidents came together in one room and decided the potential fate of college football come January, when the national championship is actually going to be played right there in Miami Gardens, right there at the home of the Dolphins and the Hurricanes. So first and foremost, if you did not see, Miami takes the number 18 ranking. Miami, who is a 2-loss team, who has lost 2 of their last 3 outings, both to ACC opponents, both came down to the wire, comes in at number 18. I'm not all the way disappointed or surprised with the level in which the ranking fell upon Miami. That's not something that, at a certain point, you got to win the football games. And I'm not going to sit here as a fan and get overly critical of a committee for being harsh on Miami for not beating teams that they should have beat, no matter if it was a short week in ACC play at home or if it's a road game against a very gritty, and now we do know, a tough Louisville team. Not going to get to over my heels on that. What I will say is Notre Dame being ranked 10th and Miami being 8 spots behind. Notre Dame not just being ranked 10th with 2 losses, but also being ranked ahead of Texas and Oklahoma is the ultimate babying of a Fighting Irish program that needs no more help to get into the 12-team playoff. I'm not Mr. Anti-Irish guy. I'm not all out against Notre Dame, but I am against the way in which it seems like we like to put these nice big white gloves on and carefully place them into a place where we can watch more football games of them on national television and watch them have a chance for the 12-team playoff, and then be absolutely disrespectful to the ACC as Notre Dame continues to benefit from not being in a conference. But then I look at what the committee showed you last night, and it showed you that the results on the field don't matter. The results on the field matter much less than the committee than actually how they feel internally about the football programs. We saw Notre Dame and Miami take the same field to open the season. It was a standalone spot. It was on a Sunday night. Everybody's talking about the eye test. I test this. I test this. Well, guess what? I was in Hard Rock Stadium. I saw Miami defeat Notre Dame 27-24. I saw Miami have a 10-point lead on them. They clawed their way back in it, and Miami needed a game-winning field goal to escape it because, once again, as we've learned later on, it seems like Carson Beck gets a little tight in these close matchups. He gets a little tight in these big-time games, despite him being the guy that was billed to be a big play, big game quarterback coming from the SEC. I saw these two teams with similar resumes play each other this football season, and I saw one of them come out on top. And the one that did come out on top is ranked 18 in the polls right now. And the one that did come out on top no longer has its own destiny in control. And it has less to do with, we could talk about the semantics of Miami losing the football games they should have won, but it has less to do with that and more to do with the fact that we want to baby Notre Dame into getting into the 12-team playoff. I don't see a way in which you can excuse Notre Dame being ahead of Miami, Texas, and Oklahoma without talking out of both sides of your mouth. And if you look at Notre Dame's schedule and what they have done so far, all they've done is beat USC and play Texas A&M and Miami close. I'm going to get to what this actually means and what it's going to take for Miami to get into the 12-team playoff. But I want to start with this to make it feel more feasible to my Canes fans out there, or maybe other schools or teams that feel a bit jobbed by the initial rankings. Number one, don't listen to what people are telling you about this being the initial one and things can change by December 7th when we get the final rankings. Last year, the initial rankings had 12 teams positioned slotted in as well. The first ranking that came out, Oregon was number 1, and 11 of the other 12 teams were in there, including Miami. Well, guess what? 10 of those 12 teams in the initial rankings last year ended in the top 12. This is as anticipatory as it also is predictive of what they think that the teams are today and what they're going to be come December 7th when they actually put out the final ranking. Also, I'm looking at the rest of Miami's schedule and the fact that they're likely not going to make it into the ACC championship game. And step one for them to make it into the 12-team playoff is to win out. The issue is if you're ranked 8 spots behind the team you've already beat and y'all have a similar record and also a similar strength of schedule and strength of record, and all you have left on your schedule is Syracuse, NC State, Virginia Tech, and Pitt, where does that leave you room to make up ground? When you're starting behind the 8 ball right now, and that's why the initial rankings tick me off so much, is where does that leave room for Miami to make up ground, whereas now you are giving them the yellow brick road. The Golden Domes get the yellow brick road into the 12-team playoff because Notre Dame, all they have left on their schedule is Pitt. And the only team that they've beaten that feels like a good win right now is USC. What's the point of even playing the games if Miami can schedule Notre Dame and beat them and still get left out because the 12-team playoff selection committee has clearly already made up their mind? Lastly, on Miami and the selection committee's decision to put them so far behind the 8 ball that it feels like an insurmountable lead for them to make up, I do believe the buck stops with the Canes themselves. I'm not excusing them from once again slipping when it mattered most. I know there were a bunch of calls that went against the Canes in this last one. I know that you have a receiver getting tackled in the back of the end zone as SMU escapes with a win in overtime at home in Dallas, which is absolutely treacherous. And the officials of the ACC need to get a second look on some of those things and need to be punished for some of the calls that were missed and the overturning of the fumble. There were a bunch of spots you can look at in there, but I look at the 2 interceptions by Carson Beck, and I look at the same way in which the Canes lost to Louisville, and I say, hey, it's kind of like when you have a parent-teacher conference coming up in school and you know you've been bad and you know you've been an insubordinate student and you haven't been making the grades and you've been disruptive in class, and you're driving up to the schoolhouse with your mama who you know the whole week has been berating you about your actions. On the car right there, she is being the disciplinarian, laying it into you, saying that you need to be responsible and accountable for your actions, calling you every name in the book. She's the disciplinarian. She's the one with the belt out, whipping your tail all the way up to that schoolhouse. That's how I feel about Miami. They deserve to get their tail whipped. They deserve to be behind closed doors, ridiculed for the loss that they had, both of them. But once we get to the school and we sit down in front of Mrs. Applebaum or whatever they call these teachers, I don't know. I don't have Mrs. Johnson. All of a sudden, the disciplinarian mom turns into your lawyer, and she starts fighting on your behalf, and she starts ridiculing the teacher for the things that they could have done better to help you be more accountable in the classroom. All of a sudden, you're thinking you finna get it a second time, and the person that was just berating you is now fighting on your behalf. That's how I feel right now as a Cane fan. I get it. The Miami Hurricanes did it to themselves, but at a certain point, we have to allow them room to make up for the losses that they had in the same way that Notre Dame had theirs. They had 2 losses just like Miami did. They just had a longer runway to fix them. And we've got to fix the way that we're doing this quote-unquote eye test. 888-760-3776, 888-760-3776. My biggest issue with the initial poll in college football here is that Miami is ranked 8 spots behind a team that we watched them beat, soundly. And I know it came down to a field goal, but Miami was controlling that game all the way through before Notre Dame made a good push in the fourth quarter. 888-760-3776. What is your one issue with the initial CFB 12 team playoff poll? Mine is that Miami absolutely got jobbed, and we are being way too easy, way too soft on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. What say you? 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health hotline. Welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. They want to treat you like a pro, no matter your status. You might be an amateur. You might not even be good at the hobbies that you love, but we know you love them. We know you love you some pickleball. We know you love to get active on the basketball court. Hell, maybe you're in one of those, 40 under tackle football leagues, and you want to get after it some more, but you've been bruised up. You've been banged up. You got some soreness in the joints. Things ain't moving the way that they used to. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our team delivers expert care and the same advanced care trusted by the pros. Get back to the life and the activities that you love and learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care wants to welcome you to being treated like a pro. 888-760-3776. Your number one issue with the CFB 12 team initial playoff poll. And again, remember, 10 of the 12 from last year's initial poll made it through the finish line. Kate Chumsland, you say the committee got it right. What is it about this poll? Is it the fact that Ohio State and Indiana are 1 and 2 with Texas A&M rounding it out in Georgia? Is it the fact that you see a Notre Dame Fighting Irish team that has looked good through 6 straight wins and their backfield is dominant, and you think that they should be able to get 8 spots ahead of a team that beat them already via the eye test? What is it about this poll that has Kate Chumsland satisfied?
I agree, and I think that they did a nice job keeping the top 9. Notre Dame is my biggest issue, too. Don't worry. But the top 9 are not too big of a difference from the AP poll that we just saw last week. In fact, the current AP poll and the college football playoff rankings have the top 9 as not exactly the same, but the same 9 teams.
Pretty
I think
similar.
that's a great job.
Yeah.
Because too many times Texas jumping 11 spots is egregious to me. Texas should not be that high. Notre Dame should not be that high. And then the rest I don't have too big of an issue with. I think Georgia Tech should be over Vanderbilt. I think a few of these ACC teams should be a little bit higher. But here's the thing, Theo, talking about your so-called disservice to Miami.
And the ACC.
Okay, the ACC we just know is not stronger, though. That's besides the point. But you're talking about a Miami team that beat Notre Dame week 1 and has since looked like a terrible team. Do you think that the Raiders in the NFL should be ranked higher than the Patriots? Because they beat them week 1. It's different.
No, so the difference in that is, number one, in the NFL, there aren't any real rankings, and the Raiders' record right now is not equivalent.
Neither is Miami's.
There's the same record.
It's the same record with a completely different resume.
It's the same record, and it's a
completely different
Miami's
resume.
resume is tougher than Notre Dame's.
Not true.
Who's Notre Dame's good wins?
Good wins, yes.
They have one good win, and it's USC.
Yeah, USC. Who has Miami beaten?
Notre Dame!
Since Notre Dame. Who has Miami beaten?
Miami beat the eventual American champions, USF. They also beat Florida State, who delivered Alabama their lone loss.
What do you mean eventual American champions, USF?
USF's going to win the American.
No chance they are.
Yes, they are.
They just lost to Memphis.
That's
like
one
crazy.
loss.
Yeah, no, they have multiple sins.
They have one American loss.
South Florida has tanked. Florida State has tanked. Miami's record outside of Notre Dame does not look that good, and they're playing off of those week 1 juices.
All right, USF beat Florida, who also beat Texas. If we're going to do the whole transitive property thing in college football, then that also has to equate to a better Miami.
We're not going to do the transitive properties.
Who has Notre Dame beat?
They've beaten USC and they've beaten everyone since. I agree.
They ain't played nobody since then, but a bunch of ACC teams. If the ACC is so bad, why is Notre Dame ranked so high?
If I were to do these rankings, I would put Notre Dame 14, Miami 23. I think both of them should be crazy down.
That's crazy.
Miami just lost to an SMU team that hadn't been a top 10 school in over a decade. That's embarrassing, and you should barely be in the top 25 for that.
But SMU got that win, and it was very shaky, and there were a lot of things that had to go in their favor for that to happen, and it happened in overtime. It's a conference loss, and that happens. I'm sorry that Notre Dame doesn't play in a conference, but they did play a team out of the ACC, and what happened?
So are you more upset that Notre Dame is above Miami or that Miami is at 18?
I'm more upset that Miami now feels like they don't have a chance to get in.
They don't, and they don't deserve it.
How do they not deserve it?
Miami does not deserve a top 12 spot.
If Miami doesn't deserve a top 12 spot, then how does Notre Dame deserve a spot?
I agree. That's the part I agree with. But
so then what do you want to do? Throw 8 SEC teams in? That's my only issue here.
I wouldn't have necessarily a huge problem with that. I do agree one of these ACC teams should be higher. One of them is going to get in because they're going to win their conference championship. But if you look at the rest of that ranking right now, Texas and Oklahoma, yes, they deserve to be in over Utah, Virginia, Louisville, and Vanderbilt. Georgia Tech, I think, is the strongest one of that ACC bunch that should be a lot higher.
They just got knocked off. The issue is Georgia Tech just got knocked off by NC State, and NC State is one of those volatile ACC teams that you never know what you're going to get on any given Saturday. Here's the issue for the Canes. Here's the issue for the Canes. If they're going to start at number 18 in your poll, not only do they have to win out, which is at this point I can't count on, right? And I do think a bit of what the 12-team selection committee did was they got together, and not only did they feel like Miami has played their way out of the 12-team, which I can kind of see. I think that they should have hovered maybe around 14 or 15. Right now, as things stand, Miami's not likely in that 12-team playoff right now, right? They shouldn't be because of their losses. I think they're also projecting that Miami loses one of their final 4 games. But I don't think that that's fair to already bake that into your initial rankings, because now when they win out and none of these teams that they play are ranked, unless maybe Pitt's, gets Notre Dame to slip up, Miami doesn't have a way to win their way back in because they're not backdooring their way in the Charlotte to play the conference championship.
So if you look at the rankings right now, there are 3 other ACC teams ahead of Miami. Do you think Miami should be ahead of all of those teams?
I'm not saying Miami should be ahead of all of those teams, but when the gap between Miami and the one team that they can catch, which is Notre Dame or potentially Texas or Oklahoma, is 8 or 7 spots, it gives you no room for error for Miami. You have to practically blow out your next 4 games.
True. And if all of those other ACC teams win out, they should deserve to be in far more than Miami.
So here's what Miami needs to happen. They need Louisville actually to win out at this point. They need Louisville not only to win out, but if Miami doesn't make it to Charlotte, they need Louisville to win the ACC to make that one loss that they have, one of their 2 losses that they have. Louisville has Cal, Clemson, SMU, and Kentucky left on their schedule. If they can win out, go 12-1 and be the ACC champs, and Miami, who doesn't make it to Charlotte most likely, can be an ACC at-large team and be the second team in, you're hoping at that point that a Virginia or somebody loses but makes their way in. Now you're looking at 4 SEC teams, 3 Big Ten teams. You got your Group of 5 team, which right now would be Memphis if things stop today. And you need the Big 12, which right now it's the Texas Tech Red Raiders and potentially BYU who are going to face off against each other, and we'll figure out who comes out on top. You need the Big 12 to be a one big conference, And that, I think, is the difference between whether or not the Miami's on the outside looking in when we rear into shape here. The Big 12 has a huge matchup this weekend, Tech, BYU. You want the Red Raiders not only to win that one, but to roll all the way through and relegate that conference into being a one big conference, because right now it's really up to the Big 12 and the ACC. Which of these two conferences can get two teams in? Because I do feel like the SEC is getting 4, the Big 10 is getting 3, and at that point, I feel like you have to write in pen. That's what the 12-team selection committee told us last night. Pretty much write Notre Dame in pen for one of those 12 spots, because despite their lack of a resume right now, they got them at number 10, and I think that's absolutely incredulous. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. What do you think the selection committee got right? What do you think they got wrong? Or if you feel like you're like Kate and you're like, hey, they're spot on, let us know your initial feels based on how things shook out here as we get the initial rankings. And there will be more. Every Tuesday night, we're going to sit down and we're going to have these silly-ass conversations about whether or not Miami should be ranked ahead of insert team here. And I don't think that that's the proper way to go about this. I don't think that sitting back and trying to have to argue out the semantics of it all is going to actually get us anywhere. I do think it is very imperative for us to look at what the decision-making is for the people making the decision. And 8 spots between Miami and Notre Dame tells me everything I need to know about what they would do with both of those teams if they both have 2 losses at the end of the season. I don't know what's going to happen over the next 4 weeks. But if both of these 2 teams went out and Notre Dame is the one that gets the nod, despite Miami having a better resume and a head-to-head win, I'm going to be absolutely over my heels.
But here's the thing. You're just going to join all of the FSU fans from a few years ago.
That was different. They lost their quarterback.
No, not FSU. I'm talking that same year when Alabama won out after their one loss against Texas, first game of the season. The CFP highly ranks teams that come into the end of the season on a win streak, that teams that start out the season on a win streak.
What if you're not playing anybody? That's the issue I have with people saying, well, Notre Dame is playing better right now. Well, yeah, guess what? They're not playing against Texas A&M or Miami right now.
I hear you. It's the
playing
same.
Stanford.
It's a illogical and it's a broken system.
Wait,
but we have
so
seen
good?
in the past, if you have the same amount of competitiveness, if you're playing in the same conference and you go into the season on a win streak rather than starting the season on the win streak, you will have the better seed in the CFP.
Notre Dame is being rewarded for not playing in a conference, and Miami is being absolutely derailed for being in the ACC, where no matter who's winning, no matter who's on top, no team in there is going to get respect unless they're undefeated and unless they're shellacking conference opponents. And I'm sorry, the ACC, it just hasn't worked that way. There's been a bunch, except for the Clemson run, there's been a lot of close bouts. There's been a lot of random Friday and Saturday nights when wonky things happen, like what happened to Georgia Tech this past weekend and what's happened to Miami over the past couple of years. And that's what you're going to get. They're not a perfect football team, but neither is Notre Dame. And we saw that when the 2 teams played already this year. What's the point of playing the football games if they're not going to matter because the eye test rules all? 888-760-3776. Let us know your thoughts. We're going to bring in Evan on the other side here to talk a little bit about the 12-team selection show, which he does say is a show. It's made for TV, and that's partially why you will often get things that feel a little contrary, they get the conversations buzzing. So there's a part of that I have to respect. But the other side of me as a fan is like, dude, what the hell? Dude, what the hell? And also, Carson Beck, man, get it together. Because you're putting me in a position that I don't feel like being in. And that's to be the old man yelling from the couch about a selection. Don't leave it up to them. Don't leave it up to the refs in the game. And don't leave it up to the selection committee at the end of the year. And right now, Miami's doing both, and they've been jobbed by both. So you get what you asked for. I want to tell y'all, though, if you have to move, you shouldn't get what you asked for in a negative way, as in you having to call up your buddies and your friends and have a moving party where you're paying them and you know, half-baked pizza and some brews you picked up from the gas station. That's how you end up moving and ending with more issues than you started with. How about you go with Safebound Moving and Stores, the professionals? They are South Florida's most trusted moving company. Literally moved my sister from South Florida to Georgia. She had a great experience. You can do the same. They already have right now Safebound Luxury for those who are, you know, highfalutin. You got some things that need some an expert's touch. So they have an expert team in art handling, special event moving, luxury retail, and high-end residential. Safebound's luxury services have you covered. It's a trained team of experts, family-owned and based in West Palm Beach, serving all of Florida, the whole nine. So whether you're moving out of Florida, into Florida, or within the Sunshine State, Safebound Moving and Storage has the expertise, the experience, and 5-star customer service that you can rely on. Website, safeboundmoving.com. Safeboundmoving.com. And remember, you are safe with Safebound. Safebound Moving and Storage. In the YouTube chat at ESPN South Florida, Jason says Miami is a crazy catch by Daniels away from losing to Notre Dame. That was an interception going the other way if not. Jason's not wrong. That throw by Beck was a very gutsy one. It turned into sometimes errant throws, or not even errant because it was kind of on target. But sometimes ill-advised throws can turn into some of the greatest highlights. And C.J. Daniels did that. He made a play, and he's one of the better receivers in the nation. He made a play on that ball that turned what would have been a Beck interception into an incredible touchdown catch. On the flip side of that, Notre Dame is one broken, miscommunication in the defensive backfield where they got the big shot to the tight end who got hogged down. One weird miscommunication in the defensive backfield by Miami away from not even making this thing close. Like if you want to go down to it, yeah, Miami is a crazy catch from Daniels away from losing Notre Dame. Well, he made a play. That's what playmakers do. And on the other side, we can go to every single game and say, oh, you were this close. Notre Dame was this close to beating Texas A&M. You either win the game or you don't. Miami was a bad whistle away from beating SMU last weekend. Miami was 3 bad throws from Carson Beck away. 3 bad plays from Carson Beck away from beating Louisville. That's just not how it works. At the end of the day, results have to matter. And Miami beat Notre Dame, and the committee is rewarding Notre Dame for playing a weak non-conference schedule. And that is what it is. Evan Cohen on the other side. He joins us from Unsportsmanlike 6 to 10 a.m. We'll talk some Miami Heat. We'll talk some Hurricanes and the selection committee process and much, much more. Kate Chums is in for CCAT. It's your boy, Theo Dorsey. We are, theoretically speaking, on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
In sports and in life, how you move matters. So when injuries or pain get in the way, the orthopedic specialists at HSS Florida provide world-class care to get you moving again. From non-surgical and surgical care to personalized rehabilitation, HSS Florida offers the same quality and expertise you expect from HSS, the world's #1 in orthopedic care. With 2 convenient locations in West Palm Beach and Wellington. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida. Choose better, move better.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and when it comes to the NBA, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I want it all. Tonight, the Miami Heat head to Denver to battle the Nuggets in a heavyweight showdown. The air is thin, the stakes are high. Coverage starts at 8:30 right here on ESPN 106.3.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE. In office, West Palm Beach.
Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu. Tina, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey, Colin, what's up?
How's the gym?
It's been great. I'm seeing results. My sports certified Vitacost products have made a world of difference.
Oh, same. Isn't it great? Vitacost is basically the reason I've been able to keep up with Ironman training. Everything you need is in one place for my BCAAs, protein, and electrolytes. Best part, it's all clean and free of banned substances.
Go re-up on your supplements today. Visit Vitacost.com and use code ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game with Vitacost.
This is the Inter Miami save of the game.
Mukhtar denied by Rocco Rios Novo, sprawling to his right to punch it over the crossbar. It was nearly 2-0 Nashville. Well, that ball took a massive hop. Mukhtar right outside the upper right, put a right foot into it, and Rios Novo equal to the task. What a save.
Brought to you by PNC Bank. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Robinhood, the official jersey patch partner of the Miami Heat. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
The Heat are back in action tonight. Coming off of a win against the Clippers, they play the Nuggets at 9 o'clock on the road. They have not won in Denver in the regular season since 2016. They will try and undo that, reset the clock on that, as they face off against the Nuggets. A 9.5-point dog the Heat are tonight, but there's some scrappy dogs. Third highest rated offense in the league right now at 123 points per game and counting. And joining us right now on Theoretically Speaking, it's your boy Theo Dorsey. We got Kate Chumslin in for CCAT, is the person who at least, you know what, I'll give it to him. He is the voice and face of Heat culture on ESPN radio. You hear him from 6 to 10 a.m. on Unsportsmanlike right here on ESPN 106.3, and he joins us every Wednesday. Evan Cohen, welcome to the show, and we got your jam playing, man.
I am the voice and face. Wow, I appreciate that. I like how you're trying to butter me up a little bit. Well done by you.
Well, Udonis Haslem's now with Prime Video, so you can officially claim it.
Well, yeah, by the way, did you play that song for a reason? I hope you did.
Yes, yeah. Kate Chumslin was actually he's the one that queued me up for this. He was listening when y'all had y'all's moment where you Mr. Sports Guy, you were able to notice this song over the voice of like a famous actor, Kate tells. Evan?
Oh, we lost him.
We lost Evan. Evan
straight up.
Evan drops out. We're going to get Evan back on the phone to explain himself because on Unsportsmanlike this morning, they play a game, and it's a game that we all love.
I think I got him back.
Producers play sounds, and they try and get the host to guess the sounds, and you have to guess who's speaking.
Yes.
And Evan, instead of guessing who's speaking, you just were like, oh, that's my jam right there.
Yeah, well, that was K-pop Demon Hunters Golden. I have a kid. I have a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old. Like, I know this stuff. Like, this is my right up my my alley here. So I think that in many ways that should have been given credit for. I think, don't you?
Did you get half a point for it? Because the voice was like Matthew McConaughey.
I got no point. Oh God, it's funny you say that. I was on the phone today with Brian McLevin-Rowitz, the content director for ESPN West Palm. And he said the same thing to me. He said, how did you not get that? Right? And Theo just set it up because we played this game with sound, whatever, and you got to identify it. And without us knowing who it is. And that the whole point is, all right, it's supposed to be sports stories over the last week. And I did not recognize McConaughey, which is terrible.
Let's see. How about this? We'll play it for the audience because the good people of Theoretically Speaking, We'll see how bad it was. Kate chopped it up. Let's take a listen and see if this is bad on your behalf.
I mean, the hype that was on him coming in was like, oh my gosh, he can't throw an incomplete pass. It's like, oh, yes, he can. He's a quarterback, all right? And he's real. And he's damn good, but he's also human.
Yeah, but Theo, here's the problem. You know it's McConaughey when you're listening to that now. Like if we would have done that, so you listen as thinking about McConaughey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see him. If you hear the name before you hear him talking, you definitely see him. But that's so Matthew McConaughey, though. The cadence, the voice, the accent, that's McConaughey.
You know what I would love to do? I would love to do this. I just thought of a game. We should do this with Russo and Rizzo with only hosts that are on ESPN West Palm 5 days a week. I bet you neither of them will get anybody.
Oh, definitely not. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Actually, you know what? If you play me yelling good people, they might hear that. They might hear that and know. But outside of that, I don't think there's a single bit of content.
I'm saying all time slots. No chance will they get any of them.
I don't think so, especially after they dismissed Pat Costello and said, "Who is he?" I
think that'd be terrible. Can I also bring up one other thing?
Yeah.
Let me just. So the good people that listen and watch Theoretically Speak. For those who are daily, avid fans, awesome job by you. For those that listen weekly at this time, awesome job by you. But for those who don't, I want to just clue you all into something that's been going on here. So Theo launched this podcast available on the ESPN South Florida app and about the Miami Heat, all you can heat. And there was a little bit of a beef from one host that is heard 5 days a week for 4 hours on ESPN West Palm and has literally been heard for 5 days a week for over 20 years on ESPN West Palm. That host would be me. And there was a beef that I was not consulted on it, brought into it, a part of it. And I felt slighted. Okay? So far, would you agree with everything that has been said so far in this setup, Theo?
That's true. That is true, yes.
Okay. So you have this new podcast. There's the big Instagram post where for some reason you posted a picture of you and Terry Rozier of all people to promote this, which was an odd decision. And I felt a little bit slighted. And I felt a little bit left out. And I felt, for lack of a better term, jealous. And so you knew I was feeling it a little bit. You knew I was a little bit distraught. And I felt like, I feel like I should have been a part of this and I wasn't. I felt, ostracized. And then all of a sudden, the other night, I believe it was Monday night, it was late. I wake up at 3:40 in the morning every morning. That morning, I happened to get up the Monday morning. I woke up at 3:25 that day, and I got a late night text. I looked at my text when I woke up the next day, and it was from Theo Dorsey, who asked me if I wanted to come on All You Can Heat after a 10:30 p.m. game with the LA Clippers as a guest. So in other words, this man pulled one of the most nasty, ugly, vindictive, yet brilliant moves I've ever seen. I can no longer say I wasn't invited to the show, and I wasn't invited on the show, but he invited me to do a guest hit at 1 a.m. when I wake up at 3:25 in the morning. So, Cade, let me ask you a question. Was that a good job by him inviting me? Does he get credit for that invite? Or is that not actually an invite to join the show?
It wasn't actually an invite. He did it for the bleeps and giggles.
No, Kevin, you think that I was being disingenuous?
Complete trolling from one Theo Dorsey.
You knew how much of a gut punch it was for this thing to be launched, and I'm not a part of this. And then you invite me on after a game at the Clippers?
Evan.
Come on, you knew I wasn't going to be awake.
Here's the thing, Evan. Here's the thing. Now, I have a question for you. Was this before or after you and Zaslow got on him for this podcast? Because you two kind of teamed up. Now, I'm not saying one or other is justified, but I got
2 days ago.
Yeah, so I got a feeling this was a little bit of payback on Theo's part. Yeah. I think he had that in the back of his head.
But you don't think it was a real invite, though?
No, absolutely not.
Evan. From the bottom of my heart, I wanted you on following that Clippers game. Now, I know you are a...
That part I believe you, but that's just wrong.
You are a diehard Heat fan, all 82. This is what you do. You eat, you breathe, you live, you sleep. Miami Heat. I thought maybe you would take off on Sportsmanlike to make sure that you were able to see the whole thing, man. Late tip ain't nothing to Evan Cohen.
Oh, okay.
I want to see how dedicated you are.
This angle. This
Yeah.
This is interesting. Okay, I didn't see this.
Yeah.
See, initially I just thought invite, non-invite from you, which is a good move, right? When you know somebody can't, like, if I were to hear somebody was going away and I was going to, I would then invite them to go to dinner that night knowing I get credit for the invite, but we never actually would have the dinner, which would be like exactly what you're supposed to do. I thought it was just that. This is now to be used against me, considering I was all over you because for some reason you've decided this year, the first year of the All You Can Eat podcast, to not watch the Heat as much. Now you want to use this against me that I don't watch the Heat because I wasn't watching Monday night 10:30 start at LA.
And here's what I'll say, Evan, because Cody makes a good point in the YouTube chat at ESPN South Florida right now. Number one, he says UD is the GOAT, so I know you agree with that. But then also,
yes,
he agrees, and he says Theo gives Evan all the Heat credit all the time. And I do. I sing your praises as the standard bearer for Heat culture on the national radio platform all the time. So I appreciate Cody giving me some credit in that sense. I might poke fun at you here and there, but I'm also showing the love.
Yeah. Okay, I believe that, and you know I show the love back. But and you and I have been as unified as two people could be on almost everything. But we have found our divide here, and we have a major issue around this podcast, if we're going to be honest about it. I don't like I'm not a part of it, and I don't like that you're trying to show me up that oh, wow, you're so committed to the Heat. You don't come on post-Heat against the Clippers on a Monday night. It's just some move by you.
I want to see your commitment to it.
Even Kate is saying that it wasn't a real invite.
Dude, I think this whole argument by Theo is completely baloney because, Evan, you can't see him. Theo is grinning from ear to ear this entire interview. He is pulling half of these arguments out of thin air right now. I wouldn't believe a word he's saying.
This is real. This is real, Evan. This is real.
Wow. Theo, it's good. I know CCAT's not here today. It's good you have producers that really stand in line with you.
I was about to say, yeah, Kate is like throwing me to the wolves right now. I heard you weren't going to be on video. I thought I was safe. Evan, I'm curious, though, for you. One more thing on the Heat before I do have to get to this 12-team playoff thing because I'm hurt as a Miami Hurricane fan. Yeah. The Ja Morant noise. Are you aligned with me on I don't think that we should touch that with a 10-foot pole bringing Ja Morant to the Miami Heat?
All right, so a couple of things on this. Number one, I did some snooping around a couple of days ago on this. I could not believe how low the value was that people were speculating about the return in a trade for him, like to acquire him. That's number one. Number two, I think people have to be aware of something that I don't know why people aren't talking about. So, Theo, I gave you a tip-off before the season about something. I said this offense is going to look a lot different. Wait till you see it, right? I told you that before the season.
Yep.
I couldn't reveal why at that point. Well, the why has come out. The why is because of Noah LaRoche, who was an assistant coach with the Grizzlies last year, got fired, and he's now with the Heat, in essence, as a consultant for Coach Spoelstra. Well, one of the reasons he supposedly got fired is because Ja Morant hated the offense.
Yeah.
So what exactly are we talking about here?
Exactly. He definitely doesn't fit the offense that the Heat run. And I did see this on social about how this is part of the divide between Ja and the administration, which shows me that he has a lot more sway with the Grizzlies than I thought he previously had. But also, just scrap that part of it, because that part makes it an obvious no from the Miami Heat. Would you even assume that Ja Morant will be the kind of guy that the Heat would even invest in based on what they've done in decision-making in the past with other superstars that they've either gone after or didn't go after? And also the fact that he's 26 years old, he's an undersized guard who cannot shoot, and it does seem like he has some immaturity issues.
If none of what you just said matters in this to me.
Yeah.
For them. Only the offense thing from last year. Now, maybe they can get over that. I know that sounds wild. But I just believe that it's the first part more than the second part that matters more. I know that sounds crazy, but I believe it's the first part.
All right. Either way, I just wouldn't want to give up real assets and tie myself to what his contract and what his career could end up being, because I don't think he even reached the heights of Derrick Rose, but I do think that the decline is probably more around the corner than we want to assume, and guys that are younger than him playing the same position are better.
Here's the other part of this that I would just say, okay? The other part of it that I would just say would be where it does fit, right? And I don't believe it's going to happen, but where it does fit, the distressed asset part of this,
yeah,
right? Because if in theory the Heat could get a guy like John Morant, which I do not think they're going to get for the offensive reasons, the value would be so low in terms of what they would give up that I think they would be excited about that, right? Like, I heard names. I don't want to say this, but because I don't know how true or not true, I heard names of players that were not even all-star players that could be traded for him.
That's crazy.
Right, because we initially, we could speculate from a Heat perspective. It's not like reporting or anything. The initial thought is like, okay, if they could get Ja, Tyler would have to be in the deal.
Right.
What I'm saying to you is I don't even know that he would have to be in the deal based on some of the stuff that I've heard. Like Tyler, they would have to from a money and a logic perspective in terms of fit. But let's just do it this way. Comparatively, the names that I've heard are less than Tyler. Like way less than Tyler in terms of ability.
Crazy. To be honest with you, though, it kind of starts to make sense.
That's the wild part. See, I'll throw out one that I like. That I have not heard this, and this player would be way better than the players I've heard. Is there a Trae Young for John Morant, just swap, like change of scenery for both guys kind of thing?
I'd rather have Trae Young.
Okay, so then no for you on that one. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just play it out. Would you do Tyler for him in a hypothetical? Obviously, there would have to be more involved, but would you do Tyler for him?
In a vacuum, I would like what Ja Morant is over Tyler Hero, but I'm not 100% certain that would like. I think that Tyler's game probably ages a little bit better than Ja's will, and I think that it's easier to like what the Heat are trying to do is win championships. And if Ja Morant is the head of the snake on your team, I don't know if that's something that is actually in your wheelhouse. Tyler Hero can be the third or fourth best player on your team or the third best player on your team, and you can do that. Ja, I feel like, demands the ball, especially because he can't shoot and he's undersized. And I don't think that the ceiling of what Ja gives you, especially as he gets older and guards get bigger, I just don't see that being a championship ceiling. So I actually wouldn't want Ja Morant over Tyler Hero.
So interesting. I'm glad you said what you said, Theo. I had this moment the other day when I was thinking about this because I'm not dismissing the Ja to the Heat. I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah. But because of the offensive stuff, not the offensive stuff, right? I think we actually overlook one thing that you just said. You said, I don't know that Ja could be the guy on a championship team, and I don't know in essence that he's willing to be the second or third guy. I think we forget, like, the teams have made playoff runs with Tyler Hero a major part of it.
Yeah.
All right, the second finals run I get. Obviously, he was not. But, I mean, the first one, what he did in the Celtics series, I mean, are you kidding? We think about the Bam block on Tatum in the bubble, but Tyler had Kate can look it up, a 39-point game against the Celtics as a rookie?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And he had multiple moments in that bubble.
Jimmy there?
Yeah.
Yeah. 37-point game, maybe?
That was, I thought it was in the 30s. I would have guessed like 35. 39 would be crazy, but we'll see. Kate is running the numbers.
My son, who's not cleared for air but is with me, is saying it was 42. I don't know that he's right
oh,
about
my
that.
goodness. Hall of Famer Tyler Hero.
Kate, what was that game in the series against the Celtics in 2020, right? Or what was it? I don't even remember.
It's 2020. You got the bubble. I got the series up right now. I'm just trying to find the game that Hero went off.
37 points.
Yeah.
37 points against the Celtics. 30.
You know what that tells you? That tells you in life, don't trust your kids. That's what that tells you.
Absolutely.
You really can't trust your kids.
37 points, game 4. The Heat won 112-109.
And I
mean, that is a remarkable, and that's Theo, your point here, is that let's not lose sight of Tyler's had big games in big games.
Yes. And technically, Tyler Hero actually a year younger than Ja Morant, and he's 6'5". Like, Spoken do a better job of hiding him. I'd rather have a guy like Davion Mitchell, who's been great as the head of the snake on defense this year, not to get too inside basketball, inside Miami Heat. I've loved what Davion Mitchell has brought to the table, and I think Davion Mitchell.
I love him.
Like, imagine that, though, having to play Davion less to run your offense through Ja Morant. I just don't think that's a winning formula, especially in a playoff series, which sounds crazy, but again.
Davion is on my list of people in sports that was made to be in the situation he's in.
Yes.
Obviously, he's not like Patrick Mahomes is made to play for Andy Reid. right? Obviously, I'm not comparing Davion Mitchell to Patrick Mahomes, but you know what I'm saying.
It's close.
Bill Belichick, Tom Brady kind of made for each other. The more you learn about Wemby, the more you realize made to play on the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, for sure. Oh, is that? I didn't know you were. Yeah.
I think Davion,
he literally was perfectly built for him, and that's what makes that draft lottery that much more intriguing. That Wemby ended up in San Antonio.
Yeah. Now to your other point, by the way, as a Canes, I root for the Canes also.
Yeah, how you feel?
Not over the school I went to in Wisconsin, but here's the thing: they did it to themselves, Theo. You can complain all you want about this and that Notre Dame's ahead of them and Notre Dame lost to them. Miami has done it to themselves. I mean, when you lose games like this to Louisville and SMU, and your quarterback, has the interception numbers that he has, I'm sorry. Like, I would like to be outraged, but they did it to themselves. They didn't need to be in this position to not be in the first playoff rankings. There's no excuse for them to not be in those rankings.
That's what I will agree with you on. And again, I liken it to like a parent who's going to berate their child for their behavior in school, but then go to the parent-teacher conference and act as their lawyer on their behalf a lot of times. Yes, the Canes are in the wrong. And also, the selection committee is showing their cards that it seems like this, no matter what Miami does over the next 4 games, they're going to find a reason or a way or a caveat like the eye test to keep them out. And I think that's what makes me a little bit more deranged than just the fact that they lost games they should have won.
Yeah. I mean, for me, and I know people say he played well last weekend. I'm just, as you know, not a big Carson Beck believer. I just don't think he's some big-time quarterback, and I don't trust him in a big spot.
He's clearly not. This is a tale of like 2 teams in which it's like, man, if Cam Ward just had one more year of eligibility, he wouldn't be having to suffer through what he's going through in Nashville, and the Canes are likely still undefeated and are poised for like a national championship run potentially. Like it's funny how timelines can work out in that way. But
Cam Ward's an interesting one because I believe Cam Ward is very lucky in this regard. We didn't talk about him when he was at Incarnate Word. We didn't talk about him when he was at Washington State. Nationally, he wasn't talked about when he was at Miami. Going into the draft, he wasn't talked about, and now he's not talked about. And I say he's lucky because numerically, Caleb Williams' season last year was better than Cam Ward's season this year, and everyone said that Caleb was trending in the wrong direction, and no one says anything about Cam Ward.
That's true. Can I rebut one quick like side point on that though? Like look at look at the supporting cast. Look at what Tennessee's doing versus what Chicago was doing. Chicago was at least actively trying to put Caleb Williams in a better place, even if they did it in the wrong ways, with it, like keeping Eberflus, having Shane Waldron on as OC. Like they were they spent top picks on players. Cam Ward is throwing the ball to 3rd and 4th round pick rookies, and Calvin Ridley's been out. And they keep selling defensive players. The O-line has been kind of shoddy. Like, he's actually playing in a miserable situation, whereas the Bears, we came into the season saying Caleb Williams has the best scenario of all time for a rookie quarterback. I think that's the biggest difference with those two.
Let me just tell you something. You are a freaking machine these days. You have something on everything, everywhere, doing bits, ragging on me, screwing with me, asking me to come on at 1:00 in the morning when I have to wake up 2 hours later, and then breaking down last year's offensive coordinator situation for the Chicago Bears. Damn. Someone got good.
Evan, look, either it's that or I spent all off season or all of last season saying how great the Bears would be, and I have egg on my face, so now I'm kind of like trying to go back and decipher how I got it so wrong. It's one of the two, and I'll take the credit. Evan, I appreciate your time. We will catch you next week, and maybe before then, we can catch you on All You Can Heat if you accept my invite next time.
No. Wait a minute. Cade, we need to make you are not – tonight they play the Nuggets, I'm sure, right here on ESPN West Palm.
Yep.
It's a 9:30 start or something like that?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock start? Yeah. Cade, if he asks me to join the show tonight, that's a fake invite, correct?
Correct.
I wouldn't do that to you, Evan. I wouldn't do that to you tonight. I wouldn't do that.
You've already done that to me. What do you mean you wouldn't do that to me?
That was a 10:32.
Again, I wouldn't do that to you again.
Okay, I wouldn't do it to you again. Now that I know you're not able to do those, I will not do that to you again. I'll find something that works in your schedule.
No, not able.
Yeah.
What is the matter with you? Okay, fine. You know what? I'm going to ask you, hey, listen, I'd love to tape an interview for Unsportsmanlike. Are you available at 3?
I'll take off. I'll pre-record that segment and jump right on. You know what? Teamwork.
I've heard that. Good idea. I've heard that idea before.
Goodness. Get him out. That's Evan Cohen on Sportsmanlike, 6 to 10 a.m. I appreciate his time, and we are not bringing back up the stealing of the hour between, theoretically speaking, and Russo and Rizzo. We're not bringing it back up today. We are on common grounds. We are at peace. Kate, on the other side, we're going to do a quick get around, and then we have our guy, Dean Thomas, in with Tina for none other than the happy hour. So that's going to be exciting times. So stick with us. Get around next here on Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
For nearly 30 years, Jay Zolo & Associates has helped local businesses harness the full power of QuickBooks. This holiday season, they're thankful for the confidence their clients place in them year after year. From setup and cleanup to troubleshooting, management, and personalized QuickBooks training, Jay Zolo brings clarity and reliability to your financial process. Jay Zolo makes QuickBooks work the way it should for the way you work. Visit jzolo.com to learn more. That's JZOLLO.com.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hey everybody, it's Cade Chumsland. Every week, Land Rover Palm Beach supports local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community by naming a Player of the Week. This year, $35,000 will be awarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm, Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
The adrenaline soars at the 36th Annual Stewart Air Show, November 7th, 8th, and 9th at Witham Field in Stewart. Celebrate aviation and experience the excitement of the world's best aerobatic pilots and the power of the Smoke and Thunder jet truck. On Friday, see the Twilight Air Show with fireworks and breathtaking drone display and Dirty Flight Suit Party by TD Bank. We're celebrating aviation history and honoring our veterans. See vintage aircraft, including a MiG-17 jet. Kids will love the adventure of a scavenger hunt, sponsored by Dave & Buster's. Tickets and upgrade information available now at StewartAirshow.com.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Man, I tell you, man, with all the sports going on, with all the action all on the television screens and all the love in the air, why wouldn't you want to spend a weeknight at a Duffy Sports Grill? Duffy's has it all for you this football season. Full roster of new football features like barbecue pulled pork nachos, hand-cooked tortilla chips, slow-cooked pork shoulder, Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. How about Duffy's Double Smash Burger with 2 certified Angus beef patties, smashed with caramelized onions and topped with melty-aged sharp cheddar? And you can get those burgers with the touchdown tots 2 different ways, buffalo chicken or OG cheeseburger tots. You got 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day at your favorite Duffy Sports Grill. You also get game day buckets all season long. Whether it's college football, professional, it's hockey, basketball, tennis, golf, all you can watch on the 80 or more television screens at every single location. Duffy Sports Grill, go to duffysmvp.com to get your MVP rewards card today. duffysmvp.com. Find the Duffy's nearest you. Pull up, have a good time, because nobody does football season like a Duffy's. Theoretically speaking, man, on a hump day, we are back in action. We are into the happy hour right here, and we are slowly but surely getting our full cast in order. If you're watching us on YouTube, you'll see the chaos behind the scene as Tina is pulling up in the studio. We have Dean Thomas, who just pulled up a seat and is gearing up to go. We got to get them some headphones. Kate Chumsland's in for C-Cat on the other side of the glass on the 1s and the 2s, and we're going to get ourselves a get around here soon as well. But if you missed the interview with Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, who's always gracing your airwaves 6 to 10 a.m., make sure you're able to tap back in on the ESPN South Florida app. You can watch those things back via podcast or via show. ESPN South Florida app. Get your app wherever you need it. And Dean Thomas is here, and he's geared up, and he's ready to go. And you had a shaving incident this morning.
I did. Well, it was a couple days ago, man, but it didn't turn out well for me, so I wanted to cover it up. And, you know, the Band-Aids, they don't make the Band-Aids conducive for us little chocolate brothers.
Yeah,
you know,
it stands out.
Yeah, it stands out a little bit.
Now, there are certain places, like I've seen, you know, darker Band-Aids.
In Atlanta.
You gotta go
Riviera
to certain
Beach,
neighborhoods.
Riviera Beach.
Yeah, you got to go to certain neighborhoods and pharmacy stores to get the skin tone Band-Aids. But right now you have a very beige Band-Aid up against your more bronzed skin.
Yeah, on my more bronzed skin and then my gray beard. So like it's just really out of place. But you know what? If I don't care was a person, I would be it.
You're just roughing it right now. All right, Dean Thomas, and you guys know him from obviously the many a times that he does pull up on us here on Theoretically Speaking. But you're also in from, I'm guessing, the road. UFC been in action. Where are you coming from, and where are you going to?
I'm actually headed to Philly right after the show. There's a regional event called the CFFC, Cage Fury Fighting Championship.
Okay,
I'll be commentating that. And I was at the UFC last weekend, UFC Fight Night.
Yeah,
and where the whole gambling scandal took place. But
what was the scandalous about the gambling?
Well, I mean, it was just, you know, like right now in sports, we're in a weird place in sports where, like, you know, any type of inconsistency or anything that looks a little funny, everybody's like, oh, a gambling scandal. So but one happened last week at the UFC where you know, a young man was accused of, and who knows whether it's legit or not, but a young man was accused of throwing a fight. Yeah, I worked that card too. So,
oh Lord, so you might get implicated. We'll give more details on that, and we'll do a get around actually on the other side. We're gonna go to a quick break as we get Tina in and settled. I know she's coming off of a big time meeting, so maybe a little bit more on the potential gambling scandal in the UFC, but then also we got to get around and much more to get to, including a quarterback who was a fraud and a phony. And I got to point this out. That's Kate Chumsland. Tina's pulling up. That's Dean Thomas. It's your boy, Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Discover a world where luxury meets lifestyle at the Gardens Mall. Encounter a curated blend of designer brands, the latest trends, and elevated amenities. Savor full-service dining, grab a quick bite, or explore interactive experiences around every corner. With award-winning architecture, fine art, and lush landscaping, the Gardens Mall is more than a place to shop. It's a destination to enjoy. Located 1 mile east of I-95 on PGA Boulevard, the Gardens Mall, Palm Beach County's premier shopping destination.
Attention business owners, the next several months are going to be super busy. Why not let us take some of the burden off of you? Get the help you need from Intelligent Office in Palm Beach Gardens. Professional live receptionists to answer, screen, and forward all of your calls to you live. Why do you need a virtual assistant? No high salaries, no holidays or sick pay, no call-outs, no turnover, and no additional equipment. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to learn more how we can help you streamline your day.
F45 Training West Palm Beach offers functional group fitness classes reimagined. Sign up for F45 today and visit their West Palm Beach location. Featuring high-intensity group workouts that are fast, fun, and results-driven, F45 always has the right workout for you. Not to mention, it takes just 45 minutes. Visit F45training.com today to find a studio near you and officially join the F45 Training family. F45, team training, life-changing.
Get ready, South Florida. Championship season is coming. Join us Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Wells Recreation Center in Riviera Beach for a free championship community celebration with the 2026 Miami Host Committee. Bring the whole family for a fun-filled morning with live music, local vendors, exciting activations, and a special food distribution. Celebrate our community and gear up for the College Football National Championship Saturday, November 15th at the Wells Recreation Center.
Hi, everyone. This is Tyler Hero. This is Bam Adebayo. This is Jaime Jaquez Jr. This is Nikola Jovic. It's Kasper Sigurdsson.
It's Norman Powell, and you're listening to ESPN 106.3 and the ESPN South Florida app.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for Miami Heat basketball.
During football season, keep your home in the win column with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can score 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the field, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today, kick off your game day comfort, and don't sweat the small stuff.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. This is Theoretically Speaking. It is November 5th, a Wednesday, a hump day here. And we have a full house in studio, in the Evan Cohen studios, if you will. C-Cat's out. He's in Turkey, hemming up the hairline. So Cade Chumslin is in on the other side of the glass.
Is that why he's in? I knew he went to Turkish hairlines.
Yes.
I knew that's what he was going for.
That's a good one. Turkish Airlines.
Turkish Airlines. That's what they call it.
Oh my gosh! And that voice you hear right there is Dean Thomas of UFC on ESPN, former fighter, now coach and analyst. Tina joins us as well in the happy hour because she made some time for us in her schedule, and it is a full house here in the happy hour. I'm excited for this.
It is a full house.
Yes, this is what I like to see. And yeah, I think CCAT just wanted to get it was preventative care.
Well, that might be the case. But nah, man, I told you guys whenever I get an opportunity, I love coming on the show. That's why I hit you up this morning. I said, I think I'm gonna have some time before my flight. I can go check them out.
You hit me at 5 a.m. What the hell are you doing up at 5 a.m.?
That's normal hours for us.
Yeah,
like Dean and I are texting at 5 a.m.
Okay, okay.
I always text her
it's
at 5.
normal hours.
5 a.m.
I'll be texting her like, yo, what you doing?
So what time do you go to bed?
4. I don't sleep a lot.
He's not joking.
I don't sleep a lot.
Oh my God.
It's funny you mentioned about like CCAT. I had a teammate this week. I was on a call and I was like, oh, like CCAT is in Turkey. They're like, for his hair or for fun? Like that was immediately what they asked me. I was like, no, for fun.
Apparently there's other operations going on in Turkey as well outside of hair. You can get taller in Turkey. You could do like, where they chop your femur and then you like do some. It's an operation.
Really?
You can get like 6 inches. Yeah.
Yeah, I need that. I tell you what, though. So I travel a lot, and there are not a lot of great airports in the world. Istanbul might be the best airport I've ever been to. Yeah,
I've heard
Istanbul
that.
Airport.
Why?
I don't know. It's like new and clean and luxurious, and they got games and stuff. You can just hang out there all day. It's like a mall. It's awesome.
You're a frequent flyer.
Yeah.
Of the 3 in South Florida, rank them.
West Palm?
Easily.
Then I'd say a very distant Miami.
Yeah, I was about to say, at that point,
a very distant Miami, and then not too far from that, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, Miami and Fort Lauderdale are toss-ups, but I pay the premium to fly out of PBI whenever I can because it's just a pristine airport. It's efficient. It's just small enough, but also just big enough, and they've got the lounges as well. I love me some PBI.
Yeah, if they had more direct flights, I would only fly out of there.
That's true. That's the one.
That's
hiccup.
the one thing is that they don't have a lot of direct flights, and I need direct flights.
You need that?
Well, I do now because like I can't afford, like with work, I can't afford to miss a connection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I need direct flights.
Because you're going to Philly tonight and you have an event, Wednesday event.
It's a CFFC on Friday night, cage ferry fighting.
You know the connection, right?
Yeah.
It's Friday night.
I probably could.
He's too bougie.
Yeah.
He is
I got a
bougie.
little bougie on this trip.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
That's too good for us. Too good for us. Cade Chumslin, before we get to our get around, I do want to get our cocktail of the day, if you will, Tina Costanza, who comes in as our lovely bartender. And what are we serving up on this Wednesday?
So today is National Donut Day.
Ooh, wow.
I didn't know that until this afternoon. I'm like, I got to get a donut.
It'll be weird if you had it marked on your calendar. So I'm glad you just found out, you know?
I guess it wouldn't.
Yeah, right. Imagine you had that on your calendar. National. I can't wait to National.
Is it November 5th already?
And there's a spot across the street. We can hook that up.
That is true.
They better have a special. I'm going to go check.
So for National Donut Day, I'm doing an apple cider donut cocktail.
Pretty good.
You've got apple cider, a cake vodka, Peychaud's bitters, corn syrup, cinnamon sugar for the rim, apple slices for garnish. I had to look up Peychaud's.
Cake. Yeah, I don't know what the hell.
I don't know what that is either.
A cake vodka.
A cake vodka.
Oh, sounds. One time I threw this college
CCAT,
party.
I think would love this.
He would absolutely love this. Also, apple cider donuts.
Oh,
really good.
Out of this world, West Palm Beach Market.
Right there at the Green Market.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My first go-to when I'm at the West Palm Beach Green Market is getting those apple cider donuts.
Gotta scoop them. Have you had those?
No, I never had those.
You gotta pull up on that.
Oh, yeah.
Secondly, I threw this one time when I was at Hampton. I threw this college party, little house party. It got so reckless that at one point, like this 65-year-old professor pulls up with a bottle of cake vodka. Yeah, like a cake vodka. And
No kidding.
We let him in.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Theo, did I ever tell you how jealous I am of you for going to a HBCU?
Oh, man, it was
I am,
great.
man. I am, because
Yeah.
I actually wanted to when I was getting out of high school.
It was amazing, man. It was a utopia, if you will. It was fun. It was also one of the first places I went where it was like, okay, we all black, so it's like not.
Yeah. Like I had
all
no
right.
trouble fitting in.
Yeah. You got. And I learned that we're also not a monolith. You still got your anime folks. You got your people that love you some baseball.
Right,
You got
like a little,
golfers.
it's everything, right?
Yeah.
So like a diversity of just, of your people.
It was diversity in a different way.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
and then also you had the volleyball team that were all from like Czech Republic. So I was
Oh,
there it is.
really?
When you see a white person or any person that is not black at a HBCU, They're on the sailing team, the rowing team, they're the kicker for the football team, or they're on the volleyball team.
That's hilarious.
It is so you do still have diversity in that way as well.
I love that.
It's fun times. Tina, I know where people can get an apple cider cocktail. What's it called? An apple cider donut cocktail?
Yeah.
Gardens Mall?
I'm sure they can. Maybe they go to Tap 42. That's one of my favorite spots at the Gardens Mall. They have a great happy hour. They have great drinks, food, but you can also celebrate the most wonderful time of the year at the Gardens Mall. This mall is gearing up for all the holiday magic of the season. To kick off the holiday season, Santa Claus and a jolly cast of characters will arrive in style Santa's Arrival Parade this Friday, November 8th at 6 p.m. at the Gardens Mall. Photo reservations are open now for the entire season. Make yours online at whereissanta.com. The blend of award-winning architecture, fine art, and natural landscaping with popular amenities, signature events, and an innovative retail mix makes the Gardens Mall the premier shopping destination in Palm Beach County, 1 mile off east of I-95 and PJ Boulevard. The premier shopping destination, Gardens Mall.
Would you have gone to FAMU? You were the FAMU guy.
No, I actually applied and got accepted to Grambling.
Ooh, Grambling. That is in Bumble, you know what, Louisiana.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna go there.
My pops was gonna go to Grambling growing up, and he said he took one recruiting trip there, and he's like, absolutely not.
Oh, really?
He ended up going to Southern University. He said, yeah, it's Grambling. I forget what city it is, but you visit there. They got to get you to sign a dotted paper before you take the visit. Is the only thing.
That's the
yeah.
Yeah, because if you go, you're not gonna stick around.
I don't know about this area.
Maybe it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, come on, man.
That I didn't go.
One thing that you did go to was this past week. You went to a UFC event where a gambling scandal has arisen. But we talked over the break, Dean, and this isn't your first time being involved in a fight card where a gambling scandal was birthed from.
Well, I'm always linked to these things in many different ways, right? So even this past weekend, the young man who is the accused in this situation, we actually found him on an episode of Dana White Looking for a Fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he was one of our guys.
You discovered this dude.
Yeah, we discovered him. So it's like the curse of the Dana White Looking for a Fight guys.
Changed his life.
Love watching Dana White Looking for a Fight, by the way.
Right. So we found him, except this episode never aired. But we found him on that show.
Maybe that's good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so thank God. This episode never aired, but we found him on that show. He got signed, had a couple of fights, was good, and now he's involved in this gambling situation. But not my first time. The first time that I was involved in one, it was in Korea, where the guy
Red flag number one.
You've never heard this story, Theo?
No.
I have heard this story, I think, 5 times.
Well, I want to hear the 6.
Yeah, so the guy I was
Told a
coaching,
lot.
was his name was Leo Kuntz, good friend of mine.
Leo Kuntz.
Yeah,
Okay,
Leo
I've
Kuntz.
heard this name.
Yeah, Leo Kuntz. Yeah, and he was fighting a guy named Tae Yao Bang.
Okay.
And Tae Yao Bang was apparently supposed to lose.
Why was he supposed to lose?
In quotations, supposed to lose.
Oh, this was part of the gambling.
Yeah, part of the gig. The guy Tae Young Bang was supposed to lose. Apparently, that didn't happen. My guy couldn't put him away.
Oh my God! So
he still beat my guys.
So you're training your guy. You're teaching him the ways in which to win the fight.
Yeah.
How long were you training with this dude before the fight?
And I had been training. I mean, a couple months. Like we in Korea together. We hanging out. We trying to win the fight. And I'm like, yo, this fight's too easy. Coming too easy for us. Come to find out, the guy still wins.
Oh,
and then the betting line changed. It was crazy. Then after the dude Tae Young Bang served time.
Tae Young Bang, the guy that was supposed to throw the fight but won anyways, served time.
Served time.
And what happened to your guy?
He got cut. That's it. They're like, we can't have you. You can't even win fights you're supposed to win.
Well, here's the thing. Did he fire his coach first? I'm just like,
oh man, I quit.
Oh my gosh, that is. I was trying to ponder what is the easiest sport to throw and not get caught doing so. And you would think MMA would be a sport in which you can get knocked out and you can just be like, oh, the guy got the best of me. Basketball, it looks very obvious when you throw it.
Some things are pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem with, and I think that's the problem with most sports is that their integrity of their sport. They have this pride that they're just like, I can't make it look like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out like that. But that's like, if you want it to be real, you have to go out like that.
You have to.
You have to.
That's why they're paying you that big bag behind those doors.
I think the pride of the athlete doesn't allow for them to look like a scrub, even though they end up looking like a scrub when they get caught.
So keep it G with me on this thing, because this has been my point ever since over the past couple of years we've had all of these issues, especially in the NBA, of players letting people know to bet their unders on player props like points, rebounds, assists, going out there and either taking themselves out of games early or purposefully missing shots or whatever until they get benched. What about the other side of that? What if I just say, hey, I'm damn good at basketball. I was good in elementary school. I was good in middle school. I was a star in high school. I went D1. I got drafted. I'm in the NBA. I'm pretty damn good at this thing. Bet my overs. And I'll put up some points tonight. The lines are really good.
I don't. Maybe it's a generational thing. I don't understand our generation. That's what it is. Like for me, that's how I would want to look at it. Like, look, put your money on me. I'm going to smoke this cat. That's it. I'm smoking this dude in round one. Bet that. You know what I'm saying? Bet that.
And why? And here's my thing. Sure, you might lose some of those, right? But at the end of the day, number one, it's going to be hard to prove that you were playing harder to win because of the gambling, because the whole intent of the sports in general, no matter if it's UFC, if it's football, basketball, baseball, you're supposed to be playing harder. But then also on top of that, if my pride at some point would get in the way. My pride at some point would hold me back from being like, okay, I don't want to sit here and fake an injury, pull myself out of games, or let this dude whoop my tail in the middle of this match.
That's so sad to me. That's so sad, especially at the professional level, that you can play a sport, like especially basketball players, because like no one comes into basketball at like 25 and then by the time they're 28 playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like you
early.
Play basketball since the time you're 5 years old all the way your entire life until you get drafted. Then you make it to the league. Now you want to be soft and do, you know what I'm saying? Now you want to try to cheat the system.
Money talk.
Man, that's so sad though. That is so sad to me.
It is. But money has infiltrated these sports in such a way that like people are driven by it and people make some bad decisions because of it. I gotta, that kind of is what it is. Speaking of a good decision that we generally do every day on here is jump on a trip on the Safebound Get Around, taking us to all the hottest topics all across the nation in sports, sometimes in culture as well. Take a ride.
The Safebound Get Around is brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, South Florida's most trusted moving company. You're safe with Safebound.
Safebound Get Around. That's how we get around here on Theoretically Speaking. And I don't know how Tina's getting around because she ain't got no laces in her shoes.
Nope.
Dean was distracted by
Yes.
my
I get
shoes and
distracted
there's
by
no
like
laces.
littlest thing.
You just slip them in.
Okay, slip on, slip off.
Yeah.
No laces.
No.
Cool cats. Where we starting off?
Next up.
What's going on, everybody? Good to see everyone. Full house setup.
Hey.
Dean, always.
What up?
So we're going to meet wherever the CFP meets. I spent about 20 minutes before the show trying to find where the College Football Playoff Committee actually holds their in-person meetings.
Don't hunt them down?
Couldn't find them. So wherever they're meeting, that's where we're going. Because the first week one CFP rankings came out for 2025. And honestly, not too bad, at least for the top five. You got Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia. It gets a little wonky down at the bottom. We've already discussed heavily how you got maybe Notre Dame a little too high, Miami a little too low. But besides the Hurricanes getting the drop, Theo, what else stands out to you about these rankings?
I think that Texas A&M probably. Actually, also, I think Indiana could be rated number one in the nation right now over Ohio State. I think that part of that is just name brand. And number two, the fact that the ACC's highest ranked team is 14th with the Virginia Cavaliers. I think the ACC is getting a little bit shorted as a conference right now, but we'll see. It's the first ranking, and we'll have like 5-6 more before it's all said and done. I'm sad, though. I'm a Canes fan, y'all, and it looks like based on the rankings last night, they're not going to make it.
What about Colorado? Where they at? Nope, they're not in it.
I think there's a bottom 25 ranking that they've been flirting
bad,
with.
huh?
Yeah, that it's absolutely treacherous out there. I don't know who's worse right now, Colorado or Chapel Hill Bill and the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Really?
They're both
It's
horrendous.
that bad?
Yeah.
Wow, how'd that happen?
I think when you lose a guy that plays two positions and wins the Heisman, that can hurt. And then also it feels like Deion's lost that whole locker room, man. In a blink of an eye, he went from a guy that looked like a hero and savior of that program to now a guy that people are a little bit sick of. And then the same thing for Bill Belichick. Like that's the weirdest thing in college football right now is how horrendous both of those programs have been.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been getting blown out.
You couldn't have told me that, and I would have believed it. I would have never believed both of those different situations.
You're like, you don't give a damn about either one of them.
I don't, but I don't care about college football at all. But I do appreciate talent and high level performers.
Yeah.
And I thought Deion and Belichick were high level performers.
Yeah.
They could get the best out of whatever program they were working at.
Turns out you take Tom Brady away from Bill and you take Travis Hunter away from Deion, and they're just guys. Nothing. That's what it seems like. Just guys right now.
Next up.
Let's shift our way over to the NFL. And boy, was the Big Apple humming yesterday at the trade deadline with two main blockbusters, sending Sauce Gardner to the Indianapolis Colts for 2 first-round picks and a wide receiver, as well as Quinnen Williams to the Dallas Cowboys for a second and a first. The Jets become the first team in NFL history to trade multiple players in season for first-round picks.
Wow.
Theo, what's your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway from what the Jets did is they looked in the mirror and they saw who they were and they did not like it. And they made some changes that they feel were necessary. I also see that the Jets don't give a damn. Breece Hall was on Twitter. Breece Hall's the Jets running back, begging to get traded alongside his brethren. Tweeting,
please take me.
About an hour before the deadline, he actually put out a formal trade request as well. I mean, he's literally SOS, help me, saveabrother.com. And the Jets still kept him, so they don't give a damn out there in New York.
How many players got traded, did you say?
I think there were 8 total trades, but the Jets traded away 2 players, and they got 4 picks in total.
So 52 players short of what they wanted to trade.
Yeah, they wanted to get rid of the whole damn. It was a
get rid of the whole team. Yeah,
it was an absolute fire show. And now, Tina, the Jets are.
They're bald.
That's why you don't like bald people.
No, that's not true.
She hates the bald.
That's not true.
That's why she sent C-Cat literally
That's
went
why
to
she
Turkey.
said T-Cat, yeah, because she kept picking on him.
Yeah, C-Cat went to Turkey to make sure he never goes bald because Tina says she absolutely hates bald people, and the Jets are now
Lies.
officially bald.
That's lies.
Traded away their whole
Love
team.
bald people.
You love bald people? Name one bald person.
Robert Saleh.
I guess that's true.
Next.
Not even with the Jets anymore.
Going to some other teams in the NFL, some other big-time trades included Miami Dolphins' very own Jalen Phillips headed to the Philadelphia Eagles. Baltimore Ravens' Jair Alexander also going to the Eagles, so the Eagles making a few solid trades, as well as Rashid Shaheed from the New Orleans Saints to the Seattle Seahawks. There weren't, honestly, a whole lot of crazy trades going throughout. Usually we see this mad scramble for players at the end here. Theo, who is the one team that should have made a big deal but failed to do?
The Chiefs. And I don't just say that as a Chiefs fan. The Chiefs were trying to get Breece Hall. They were trying to Breece was sending out the flag, and the Chiefs were trying to go and get him, but they were unwilling to give up a 3rd-round pick. If you believe the reporting, the Chiefs were saying we'll give up a 4th for him. They didn't give up a 3rd for him. The one biggest issue the Chiefs have right now is they do not have an explosive running game. Breece Hall could have brought that, and he's also a weapon out of the backfield in the passing game. So I do think that was a bit of a mark against the Chiefs' decision-making. If you want to compete for a championship this year, you got to be willing to come off of a premium pick. But also on the other side of that, maybe they believe in somebody in that locker room. Just as a fan, I'm a little disheartened. That would have been fun seeing Breece Hall scamper around with Mahomes and the fellas. That would have been fun.
This is probably an NFL question for Tina. Is Taylor Swift still the biggest and most important part of the Chiefs organization right now?
No, I don't think this
She's
year.
not.
They don't show her as much.
Yeah, I don't think this year.
They don't show her as much on TV during the games as they used to.
Okay.
Which I think is indicative of how much Travis Kelce's kind of fallen off as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, this is his last ride.
So he's not doing too well.
He's all right.
He's doing okay. That's the crazy part. The Chiefs are just losing as a team, but look at his numbers, and he's putting up 70, 80, 90 yards a game.
Those numbers are a little faulty based on his actual production to what they've needed. He's the direct reason for 2 of the Chiefs' losses. If you look at the dropped catch that turned into an interception, as well as a couple of drop passes in the last outing as well. I think Kelce's the numbers have been fine for like fantasy football, but production-wise, they could use more out of a guy getting paid that much. I mean, that's just me talking.
Also,
planning a wedding.
He's busy. He's busy.
There we go. But also, too, like if they're losing games, it would be a little messed up if they're showing a lot of Taylor Swift.
Can't associate her with losing.
Yeah, well,
she's on top of the game.
I mean, but it would just show that you're distracted for sure.
Yeah. Nah. I think that the Chiefs are going to end up being okay. They're 5-4. You know, if the playoffs started today, Chiefs would be on the couch with me and you.
Word.
Yeah. So it's not. They got a lot of making up ground to do, and I don't know if Taylor Swift moves the needle at all in making that happen.
Next up.
Another AFC team that probably could have taken advantage of the trade deadline but failed to do so, the Cincinnati Bengals. Another heartbreaking loss on Sunday. And we're not necessarily talking about anything on the field. Let's go to their injured quarterback off the field. He made an interesting comment last year when we came to this time of year, end of October, and someone asked him about Halloween. This is Joe Burrow in 2024 responding to a question about Halloween and costumes.
I'm not into celebrating something just to celebrate it, but like what exactly? I don't know exactly what we're celebrating there. Just like dress up to dress up. I don't know. I'm not a big dress up guy. I've always been like anti dress code, like if somebody tells me I got to wear something, I don't want to wear that. That's just always how I've been. I don't know. I guess I'm a contrarian sometimes.
He must be so bored with the Cincinnati Bengals because look what Mr. Joe Burrow showed up to last weekend. We're going to pull it up on the big screen.
Wow.
I got my intern over here, Michelle, helping me out. But check this out, ladies and gentlemen, on the YouTube stream.
That's Joe Burrow.
Okay.
That's Joe Burrow 1 year later. And I don't know. What is this outfit right here he's wearing?
It's the Joker.
He's the Joker.
Yeah, it's not a bad.
Where did he wear this?
He also said he did the makeup himself. So it's not like somebody forced him into this costume. And he wore it for Halloween.
So I think rumor has it like he's allegedly dating this model. I bet there was some influence from a lady.
Okay.
100%.
Like
he just told us, but it's okay.
I know what I'm saying. Last year, there might not have been influence. So like if you didn't want to do it last year, that makes sense. But then you have someone who's like, hey, I want us to go be like the Joker and whatever. Like you're going to do that.
Harley Quinn.
And yeah.
This is why I don't trust a word that man says. Absolute liar. Stone-faced liar. Listen to what his word. He literally said outside influences cannot impact what he wears. Let's take a listen again to Joe Burrow's comments just last year about the same exact tradition.
I'm not into celebrating something just to celebrate it, but like what exactly? I don't know exactly what we're celebrating there.
Cool guy.
Just like dress up to dress up. I don't know.
Right here. Oh yeah,
dress up guy. I've always been like anti dress code, like if somebody tells me I got to wear something, I don't want to wear that.
Cut it right there. Right there. Cut it.
He did say that.
When your girlfriend gets angry.
See, but Theo, you don't know because you are newlywed.
Yeah.
You forget what it's like when you get a new girl.
you start having to kind of acclimate a little bit.
Start doing things you're not used to doing. You carrying a puppy.
Yeah, I was about to say, Joe, I hope it's worth it. I hope it's worth it because I don't believe a word he says anymore. And you know what? I'm happy that he's having fun because he's obviously not playing football. He's sidelined until probably December, and the Bengals are losing, and it looks bad around there. So I'm glad he's enjoying himself. I can't trust him no more. That's all I'm saying. Can't trust him.
I'm not really big into Halloween, but like for me, if I'm going to dress up, I would prefer going somewhere where like everyone's like all out dressed up.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to do it like halfway. I want to dress up and go to like a Halloween party where like everyone's going all out.
Those are fun.
That would be
Halloween
kind of
parties.
fun.
When's the last time you've gone like dressed up, Dean, and gone to a Halloween party?
Never. I've never went to a Halloween party dressed up. Never in my entire life.
Really?
Never.
0 times you've gotten a costume.
0 times have I gotten a costume. In fact, so this last show I worked on ESPN, we had to bring in a picture of us dressed in Halloween, and I had to find one from the 80s. I was 5 years old.
Wow.
I don't have it. I've never dressed
Why?
up.
Are you like Joe Burrow? You're anti-Halloween until a woman convinces you?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been poor in my life. I could never afford like a real costume.
Man,
so,
you get a sheet and be a ghost. Actually, though, in the South, you
yeah,
be careful.
I gotta be careful with the sheet.
Maybe for your birthday next year, it's not like in Halloween, but like we could do like everyone wear a costume. It's a big birthday for you.
I have to do that. No, or next
When's
year.
your birthday?
My birthday's in September.
But I'm saying like he doesn't dress up, but we could all dress up. That'd be fun.
Dress up for his birthday?
Yeah, like the theme is like costumes.
Okay. Like a masquerade party.
Can we do
Ooh,
that?
that'd be fun.
Ooh, yeah.
But that's just mass.
He has a big birthday.
You have a big birthday?
I will have a big birthday.
He has a big birthday next year.
I will have a big birthday next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is it so big?
It's a certain year.
It's a certain year.
Are you like a woman where we're not allowed to say the number or something? What the hell is going on here?
You know, a half a century.
Half a century?
Yeah.
You gonna be 60? Holy crap. Man.
That's how I know he went to Hampton.
He's turning 60. Black don't crack, man. You look great. We're gonna go to break here on the other side. I mean, we have to discuss number one how we're gonna set up next year's. I didn't realize it was gonna be Big 50 for you. Half a century. Are we calling it half a century because you don't like saying?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Isn't
Half a
it
century
over the
sounds
hill?
Over the hill's 40 actually.
Oh, that's
Oh,
40?
is it? Oh,
Okay.
I've been past
So
that.
yeah, you've already passed that up.
I've passed 2 hills almost.
You know what? That's not bad. And also, I want to pick your brain because 2 days ago, actually, I was called something, and I need to sift through whether or not I should feel appreciative, like it's a compliment, or if I should be absolutely floored and this is like the end of the road for me. So this happened in the office. I was called something, and it had to do with my appearance.
Oh man!
And Tina knows.
Yeah.
You was called something around here to have to do with your appearance? Oh man!
And we'll address it on the other side. That's Kate Chumslin and Proceed Cat. Dean Thomas in the house. Tina's here as well for the happy hour. It's Theo Dorsey. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable and bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Get ready, South Florida. It's the 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at FAU's Flagler Credit Union Stadium. 2 of the best group of 5 teams go head-to-head in the ultimate holiday showdown. Over 150 players have gone from this field to the NFL. Who's next? Visit BocaRatonBowl.com for the latest, including when tickets will go on sale. The 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and when it comes to the NBA, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I want it all. Tonight, the Miami Heat head to Denver to battle the Nuggets in a heavyweight showdown. The air is thin, the stakes are high. Coverage starts at 8:30 right here on ESPN 106.3.
ESPN West Palm is on the move. Brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, the most trusted moving company in Florida. You're safe with Safebound.
Snowbirds, welcome back. Time to trade your coats and hats for swim trunks and sunscreen. And get your home ready for company. Before the family arrives, make sure your home's water is in top shape. Hard water and hidden minerals can leave spots on dishes, dull your laundry, and dry out your skin. Not exactly festive. Schedule your free water test today before the holiday rush. Culligan will make sure your water is as clear and welcoming as that ocean view. Visit Culligan.com or just say,
Hey, Culligan man!
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Robinhood, the official jersey patch partner of the Miami Heat. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Football season is here, and the ultimate game day headquarters is Twin Peaks. Whether it's college Saturdays or NFL Sundays, catch every kickoff, every touchdown, every Hail Mary right here at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. From scratch-made favorites to ice-cold 29-degree draft beers, Twin Peaks is delivering all the winning plays. Looking for a stronger lineup? No one does game day like Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, come for the game, stay for the experience.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
That's right, we are. And though the Miami Dolphins did not pull the trigger and make any moves at the trade deadline, aside from a day ahead trading Jalen Phillips for a third-round pick, they probably should have, and they should have sent those players packing. And in the YouTube chat earlier, our guy Cody said, I screwed up, man. I spent this past week moving myself. He said he put a lot of labor into it, a lot of hard work moving himself. Here it is in the YouTube chat earlier. He wasn't able to tune in because of all the issues he had with moving. And he put hashtag should have listened to Theo, hashtag should have used Safebound. Safeboundmoving.com. Don't be like Cody. Don't be like me of past and use your own friends, your own resources to try to move from point A to point B, because you're going to end up with more issues than solutions. Safebound Moving and Storage has your solutions. They literally moved my sister from South Florida to Georgia. They even have Safebound Luxury with an expert team in art handling, special event moving, luxury retail, and high-end residential. No matter what your move is, you're safe with Safebound. You're also safe with Safebound's luxury services, which have you covered. It's a trained team of experts. They're based right in West Palm Beach, and they serve all of Florida, whether you're moving into the state, out of the state, or if you're moving around within the Sunshine State of Florida. They've got the experience, expertise, and 5-star customer service that you can rely on. SafeboundMoving.com. Schedule your move today. You are safe with Safebound. Dean Thomas is in. Tina's in as well. Bumping around her microphone there. It's all good. She looked at me like I was going to be able to do something about it. No, we all heard it. We all heard it. And Kate Chum's in for C-Cat on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. And Dean, I'm curious your thoughts on this as someone who might have gotten it at some point in time. 2 days ago, sitting down, minding my business, having a little morning coffee ahead of Theoretically Speaking over here in the break room at ESPN West Palm.
I'm already on your side.
Thank you. And we'll wrap it up. There he is. I'm good.
Yeah.
And as I'm chilling, enjoying myself, talking a little shop, thinking of some things we're going to spat about on the airwaves at 2 o'clock, I hear verbatim from our lovely interns here who are great to us, and they do a great job, but this was very mean. Quote, Theo gives rich uncle vibes. Theo gives rich uncle vibes. Now, for those listening to me, you probably can't. It's hard to estimate my age. I just got over the 30-year-old hump a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm still floating in the water. I still got my sea legs a little bit. Sure, I have some gray hairs, but I give quote rich uncle vibes.
That is not good.
Hold on. I gotta interrupt. I have to interrupt because I am sitting with our lovely intern Michelle.
Michelle is one of them.
Who was the one who initially gave what her quote is cool unk vibes. And she already explained to me during the break about how you knew you were going to bring this up, and she wanted to defend herself. She's not going to jump on air, but I would like to say we jumped on ChatGPT real quick to clearly define cool unk vibes. And it says, quote, generally describe a specific kind of energy or personality. Someone who's effortlessly chill, fun, and likable, but also mature and grounded enough to be respected.
Sure.
You have cool unk vibes.
Cool unk vibes. Okay, so not rich unk vibes. Where do you get rich from then?
Because I'm about to say rich unk vibes is a totally different thing. Because rich uncle vibes is like, they put you in that category of the dude in a Tyler Perry movie that comes over that no one likes.
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying?
Am I wearing an ascot?
Yeah. Well,
no, that's you.
That's me. Now you the dude in the Tyler Perry movie, the new boyfriend that nobody likes that everybody thinks is a sellout.
The one that gets replaced by the other boyfriend who's fairer in skin and way nicer to the lady, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's the climax of the movie.
Yeah. Nah. So cool unk is all right. Cool unk is okay. I'm not totally upset.
But
what can we use besides unk?
Unk. I mean, How about am I unk age already?
No.
I'm the fact it's the
I don't know.
issue
You
is
got
the
that
unk.
little
The unk
graze.
is
You
the
got the little
issue.
graze right on the side though. That's what it is. Man.
She said she probably is not going to remember this part. I'm emitting unk aura. I have an unk aura, the aura of an uncle.
She said that?
Yes, Michelle said that. She's right there. You see her. I know y'all don't see her on the YouTube
I
yet.
see her, but she legit. That's the problem.
That's the thing. So is this more about me getting older and looking more wise and mature, or is this just more about us being around these kids that were born in like 2010?
It's the kids being born in 2010. Oh my God.
I don't know. I just threw a number out there. I feel like that's about right.
They're definitely early 2000s.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like they weren't around for 9/11.
That's wild. So like I have to understand. Like it's hard for me to understand that, but that's what it is. Like they only know a life of like cell phones and just certain things and social media. Like that's the only life that they know.
But I don't look that old. That's my whole thing. I don't look
to them. You do.
old.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't look like when you see yourself in the mirror. You probably look at yourself and you see. You know what I'm saying. You see a leading man.
Yeah.
They see pops.
At what age did you start getting unk? At what age did people start calling you sir?
Well, like that. The problem with unk is it's kind of a newer term.
Yeah. Okay.
So I started getting it when it came out, and I was already past it. I was already past. You know what I'm saying? By the time I was unk age, I was past.
You owned the fedora for real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
So I'm getting more Gen Z slang updates from Michelle over here, and she says that after you're a teenager, you're officially in the unk zone. There's no in between according to Gen Zs right now. You are either a teenager or you have unk vibes.
She says she's an aunt.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, she gets aunt vibes.
That's crazy.
That's what she says.
Yeah.
We're going too far now.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Okay, but did they call you OG in the YouTube chat? In the YouTube chat, Sammy said you ain't old till people start calling you OG.
Oh, I get OG. I mean, I get OG from other OGs. I'm
like,
an OG
damn.
for real. For real. Yeah, for real. I'm an OG for real.
OG. I don't know which one I would prefer, Unk or OG. Unk just sounds like you're old, but I'm trying to be nice about it. OG is like I kind of respect you too.
Yeah, I like OG better than Unk because Unk there is a sense of like they almost take you for granted a little bit, like you play too much.
Yeah,
I don't play like that.
Nobody respects their uncle.
It's a fun guy, and I get that. But OG comes. There's a certain wisdom associated with OG. I like that one.
OG Teddy D.
OG Teddy D. We can go there.
Yeah.
But the reality is like I don't know if you're old enough to be an OG.
Not yet.
You're not old
I got some time, but I'm not old enough to be an unk either. That's all I'm saying. You know what made me feel old though? When I went back to Hampton a few weeks ago for my 10-year reunion, and I met some of the kids that were in college doing some of the stuff I used to do, and the way in which they talked about things, and the way in which I did start to feel like, damn, I am a little bit removed from this thing.
Well, that'll do it. And you know what else will do it too is like when you see other people that you went to school with, and you see how old they are, you're like, oh man, it's crazy.
The amount of beer bellies I saw on some of my brothers that we used to hoop with.
Yo, what happened to you?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, what happened?
It's two of you now. It's just be one.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Have you gotten auntie yet, Tina?
No.
What do you get?
If someone that I would take that as like not a compliment.
Offensive.
Yeah, that would be no. I would be upset.
I'm gonna pay some interns to call her auntie. Now. I have to now. I can't
That
be
just
the only
doesn't make
one.
sense. Like after teenage years, you're an aunt or an unk. Like that makes no sense to me.
It's too quick. I feel like I gotta earn that. I gotta earn that. It's got to be like some kind of like a scar or maybe more gray hairs than this. Maybe next time if I actually cut myself like Dean did on my beard, and I can be on.
Does the beard come in gray yet?
No. Not yet.
Wait a minute. I see. He said no. I see the patch. As soon as he said no, I saw the patch. He got the patch right on the goatee.
That don't count. I refuse to allow that to count. Oh, quickly before we go to break, I do have some breaking news here.
Breaking news on ESPN 1063 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire. If your vehicle has issues with braking or other issues, get it fixed right now at St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This per Adam Schefter of ESPN, the Cardinals are placing quarterback Kyler Murray on injured reserve due to his foot injury, meaning now he will miss a minimum of 4 games going forward. The Cardinals say this will give Murray the chance to focus on rehabbing his foot injury and that he is committed to getting back as soon as possible. Kyler Murray on IR. That means Jacoby Brissett, Dwyer alum, former state champion in this area, is going to be the Cardinals quarterback, and he's looked much better than Kyler Murray since he's taken over. That breaking news brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire. Kyler Murray probably going to lose his job, man, at this point. I'm out on short quarterbacks. That's the lesson I'm taking from all of this.
Well, I saw him at a UFC walking around a couple UFCs ago.
For real?
I was about to punt his little behind.
He's so little.
Little
He's
dude.
a little guy.
Little guy out of here.
He wants a little white dude.
I can play quarterback if he can play quarterback.
I think we're nearing the end of the road for Kyler Murray, man. It actually is weird that it happened this quick, but at least he got his money before he went out the door. I will say that.
At the end of the day, that's what it's about.
That's what it's all about. More theoretically speaking on the other side here, and don't call me Unc, call me OG Teddy D. That's Tina. That's Dean Thomas. Cade's in for CCAT. I'm OG Teddy D, theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Gators fans, there are only 2 more chances to catch Florida football live in the Swamp this season. Join us for Military Appreciation Day versus Tennessee on November 22nd and Florida State for Senior Day on November 29th. Visit FloridaGators.com to get your tickets today. Go Gators!
Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen. And sure, on Unsportsmanlike, we've been able to talk to NFL players, WWE superstars, and even members of the Wu-Tang Clan. But you know what my favorite part of the day is? Just talking to you. Isn't ESPN 106.3 great? Bring the ruckus.
Touchdown! Racetrack is proud to support our local high school football teams. Whether it's Friday night lights or tailgate parties, Racetrack has whatever gets you going to fuel all the gridiron excitement this fall. Grab your favorite snacks, crispy chips, delicious Nathan's hot dogs, sweet treats, or our house-made pizza slices. Don't forget to quench your thirst with a variety of ice-cold drinks. Racetrack, your one-stop shop to fuel your football Fridays.
The adrenaline soars at the 36th Annual Stewart Air Show, November 7th, 8th, and 9th at Witham Field in Stewart. Celebrate aviation and experience the excitement of the world's best aerobatic pilots and the power of the Smoke and Thunder jet truck. On Friday, see the Twilight Air Show with fireworks and breathtaking drone display and Dirty Flight Suit Party by TD Bank. We're celebrating aviation history and honoring our veterans. See vintage aircraft, including a MiG-17 jet. Kids will love the adventure of a scavenger hunt, sponsored by Dave & Buster's. Tickets and upgrade information available now at StewartAirshow.com.
In sports and in life, how you move matters. So when injuries or pain get in the way, the orthopedic specialists at HSS Florida provide world-class care to get you moving again. From non-surgical and surgical care to personalized rehabilitation, HSS Florida offers the same quality and expertise you expect from HSS, the world's #1 in orthopedic care. With 2 convenient locations in West Palm Beach and Wellington. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida. Choose better, move better.
For nearly 30 years, Jay Zolo & Associates has helped local businesses harness the full power of QuickBooks. This holiday season, they're thankful for the confidence their clients place in them year after year. From setup and cleanup to troubleshooting, management, and personalized QuickBooks training, Jay Zolo brings clarity and reliability to your financial process. Jay Zolo makes QuickBooks work the way it should for the way you work. Visit jzolo.com to learn more. That's jzollo.com.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Here I am, and though I am not, I don't at least take on the moniker of or feel like an uncle. Some of y'all feeling like Unc today or feeling like OG today when it comes to your joints, your shoulders, when it comes to the pain that you have in your body following a day of activities out on the lawn. Maybe you were outside kicking it. Maybe you were vibing a little too hard and you're like, man, I don't recuperate. I don't recover as well as I used to. Well, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care welcomes all, the pros and the amateurs, the unks and the youngins. They welcome you all to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. Step into pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. I don't care if you're a weekend warrior or a seasoned pro. Our all-pro team delivers the advanced care that you deserve. Get back to doing what you love most and learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho as they welcome you to being treated like a pro. Get right. Get right. Get right for the fall or the winter, whatever we're getting into now. It's November. I guess we're getting into the winter at this point. Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. We got Dean Thomas, we got Tina, and we got Cade Chumsland in the house with a couple of minutes left on the clock. Dean, you gotta run right out of here to Philly when you wrap up here.
Yeah, I gotta head to the airport. Hit the Philly.
Hit Phil.
Hit Philly. Go Birds.
Go touch the city. Don't go Birds.
No, is that not good here?
I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't like
good
them.
here.
I'm a Chiefs fan. They beat
Oh,
us
my
in the
bad.
Super Bowl.
My bad. My Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Shout out.
They shout to Jalen Hurts. He needed that today. He needed that.
Did he?
Yeah.
How are they doing this year? The Eagles.
They're winning, but they hate each other. So it's
they're
the same as always.
Not doing good.
Well, no, they're winning. They're doing good, but the
team just hates each other.
Can't stand being around each other.
That's a Philly thing.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's just bad.
It's weird because I feel like they're ironically called the city of brotherly love.
I know. Ain't no love in Philly.
Zero love. And the streets are so damn narrow. When the last time you've been to Philly?
I'm there every other week.
Yeah,
but that's the thing is like I don't stay in Philly just for that reason. I stopped staying in Philly because there's no parking. The streets are so narrow. No, it's terrible. So I stay like way out in Delaware County.
Philly's overrated as a city.
I don't know about. Well,
It's
yeah, I
overrated
guess
to me.
maybe.
Because I visited a couple times. And it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. It's not a lot to do except for maybe get mugged.
I was about to say, depending on what you're into. Well, enjoy your trip to Philly. And Tina, I appreciate you pulling up on the Happy Arcade. Thanks for filling in. We'll do the same thing tomorrow. Same thing tomorrow as CCAT gets his hairline trimmed up in favor of Tina. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.
Banyan Printing. For 47 years, the trusted partner for all your printing, mailing, and signage needs. And 2025 just brought something big to Banyan. Introducing Banyan's new press. Bigger, faster, and more competitively priced than anything you'll find anywhere in the Palm Beaches. Think variable data postcards, bulk mailings, and high-quality print on stocks up to a 24-point board. Banyan Printing. Visit banyanonline.com and discover how your business's printing materials can get bigger and better.